Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. Today we're going to be making my classic key lime pie, but we're not making it out of key limes, just regular limes. Since I'm everyday cooking, I'm trying to make it as easy for you that it'll just taste just as good as if you had key limes. So today, let me show you what we're putting in our ingredients. And basically we have our Eagle brand condensed milk. I'm going to have 2/3 of a cup of fresh lime juice that I have just squeezed. Now, if you don't have a whole bag of limes like I have here, I had more limes than I needed to make fresh juice. As long as you put a couple of these limes in the filling and do some zest, no one will know the difference that you didn't have a whole thing of limes. So that's just another little shortcut you can be aware of, that it tastes delicious just with this real lime juice that you can buy at the store. Okay, so what we're going to make is the crust first. And I've got some graham cracker crumbs in here. I'm going to put this up. I've got one package of Honey Maid graham crackers. I'm going to put it in my Ninja here. And if you don't have one of these great little Ninja tools or a food processor, you can take a section of graham crackers and you can put it in a plastic Ziploc bag and pound them till they're very, very crummy. But I like this because it makes it very, very fine crumb on your crust, which is delicious. Okay, first I'm going to put one package of graham cracker crumbs here. Okay, I've already melted 5 tablespoons of butter. You can do salted or unsalted, whichever you prefer. And you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Mix this up with the 5 tablespoons of butter. See how easy it is to make a graham cracker crust? This kind of crust you can use for banana cream pie, all kinds of different pies. My husband actually prefers graham cracker to just about any other crust that I make, and it's the easiest crust you can make too. So I have a 9-inch pie plate. I'm going to put my sugar, graham cracker, and butter mixture in here. Kind of just set it around here. And I have turned my oven on to 325. And we're going to bake this for about 10 minutes. You like to kind of put it up against the edge here. What I do is I take a measuring cup, and I just go around and kind of mash it into the edge so that you have the nice crust that goes up the side, and it makes it nice and smooth. This is one of my favorite pies. It's so refreshing, and of course I love anything citrus, lemon, orange, lime, grapefruit. Citrus juices are my favorite thing besides chocolate. So I have served this pie to rave reviews. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the oven for about 10 minutes. It's at 325 degrees. Just get that till it's a nice light golden brown. Okay, so while that's baking, we're going to put our lime filling together, and it's very simple too. Okay, now we're going to make the filling. And this is really easy. I have already shown you how to, I don't know if I've shown you how to make the zest, but I love this little zester tool. I use it for all of my citrus things, but it's so easy just to take your piece of fruit and you've got your zester, and you can feel the little ridges here that are going to zest, and you just go like this around the edges of the lime all the way around. And it took me only 2 limes to make this much zest. I'm only going to be needing 2 teaspoons. So the first thing I'm going to take is the Eagle brand condensed milk and put that in my bowl. This has all the sugar and milk and everything that you need. That's why this is such an easy and wonderful recipe. I keep these on hand all the time because I also juice my lemons and zest my limes, so that if I want to make this at the last minute for a dessert for people coming over, which is what I'm doing tonight. I know that people are coming soon and I don't have time to make a fancy pie crust that I make or something like that. This is like the easiest and most refreshing dessert. They think I've spent hours on it. Okay, so I have that. I'm going to put a 1/3 cup of sour cream. This is what kind of tempers all of the very tart lime And the sweet is the sour cream. It's what makes it very creamy. Okay, I have 2/3 cup of lime juice that I've juiced. And I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of lime zest. I have more than I need, but that's okay. I'll put this in my freezer to use another time. So we're just waiting for the crust to be finished. It goes in your oven, depending on your oven. Goes 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it. So check it at 10 minutes, and if it's nicely browned around the edges on your crust, I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out in just a few minutes before we put the filling in. Graham cracker crust in for 14 minutes. So 10 to 15 minutes is what the directions say, and it's nice and crispy. Here's our filling. I'm going to add it right now, and we're going to be putting it back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes. And what we want to make sure, remember we still have our oven on 325 degrees. And what we want to be sure of is, before we take it out of the oven, that it has a nice bubble all the way across the top. It's kind of bubbling around the edges. See, this fills up my whole pie plate. You can see the little flecks of lime zest, okay? By the way, I did cool it on a rack so it would cool underneath as well. I'm putting it back in my 325 degree oven for another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, we're finished with our key lime pie, and this is how it looks all decorated. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I have taught you how to make a stabilized whipping cream, and the little tool I make to decorate this, I put a little bit of lime zest on it to give it a little bit more color. And if you watch the whole video, you'll see just how easy this pie is, and it's very impressive for anybody, especially spring or summer. It's just a beautiful pie. Thank you for watching, and let me know how yours turns out.